let's proceed for the new leaks. First, we have the new egg coming. And that is the hive egg. In this egg, there's 5 new pets coming, and here are the new pets with their abilities. First, we have the bumblebee. The bumblebee is an uncommon pet that can be obtained by hatching the hive egg with 65.5% chance of hatching. For its ability, occasionally pollinates a fruit. So it works exactly as the basic bee that pollinates a fruit. Next, we have the nurse bee. The nurse bee is a rare pet that can be obtained by hatching the hive egg with 22% chance of hatching. For its ability, occasionally grabs a pollinated fruit and gives it to another pet. The pet gets either XP or restores hunger. So this bee works like a moth, but you have to apply some pollinated fruits to work its passive. Next, we have the gardener bee. The gardener bee is a legendary pet that can be obtained by hatching the hive egg with 8% chance of hatching. For its ability, occasionally transfers a pollinated mutation from a fruit to other random fruits. The plants that have these fruits advance growth. So basically, it transfer a pollinated mutation to other fruit, then the plant will advance growth just like from the frog. Next, we have the elemental bee. The elemental bee is a mythical pet that can be obtained by hatching the hive egg with 4% chance of getting. For its ability, occasionally mutates a random fruit in your garden with one of 4 elemental mutations. Those 4 elements are Frost mutation, Windstruck, Verdant, and Flaming mutations. And lastly, we have the Empress bee. The Empress bee is a divine pet that can be obtained by hatching the hive egg with 0.5% chance of getting. For its ability, every 6 minutes refreshes the ability cooldowns for 4 random pets. So it works like a queen bee, but instead of refreshing one, it refreshes for pet. That's insane. But don't get excited yet, because this pet cannot be mimicked or refreshed, so it's going to be one of the worst pet combo. I will test some pet combos about this pet, so let's wait for it. What do you guys think about these new pets? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. They also revealed all new bee eggs from the bee egg shop, and here are the following eggs with pets inside. First, we have the common bee egg. This common bee egg is obtainable from the bee egg shop that has 100% chance of stocking. In this egg, there's 5 new pets, and here are they. First, we have the bee with 44.12% chance of hatching. Next, we have the pollen bee and swift bee with 22.06% chance of hatching. Next, we have the clockwork bee with 7.35% chance of hatching. And the best pet in this egg is the baby bee with 4.41% chance of hatching. I already told you their abilities, you can check it out on my previous video. That's all the bees that you can get from the common egg. Which one of them is your favorite? Let me know it in the comments. Next egg, we have the rare bee egg. This rare bee egg is obtainable from the bee egg shop that has 33.3% chance of stocking. In this egg, there's 5 new pets, and here are they. First, we have the rumble bee and busy bee with 40.54% chance of hatching. Next, we have the merchant bee with 13.51% chance of hatching. Next, we have the jester bee with 4.05% chance of hatching. And the best pet in this egg is the panic bee with 1.35% chance of hatching. That's all the bees that you can get from the rare bee egg. Which one of them is your favorite? Let me know it in the comments. Also, the panic bee has no ability yet. We will check it tomorrow maybe. And the last and best egg, we have the mythical bee egg. This mythical bee egg is obtainable from the bee egg shop that has 10% chance of stocking. In this egg, there's 5 new pets, and here are they. First, we have the turbo bee and royal bee with 40.54% chance of hatching. Next, we have the treasure bee with 13.51% chance of hatching. Next, we have the princess bee with 4.05% chance of hatching. And the best pet from this egg is the illusion bee with 1.35% chance of getting. That's all the bees that you can get from the mythical bee egg. Which one of them is your favorite? Let me know it in the comments. The illusion bee is the best bee from all those bees, but the ability is still unknown. We will check it tomorrow. Another new pet will get added is the professor bee. The professor bee is a rare pet that can be obtained from the honey shop using honey coins. For its ability, B-type pets gain bonus XP per second. So this pet is basically works like an owl pets, but only applies on bees instead of all pets in your garden. Not that useful though. They also leaked the new seeds with its fruits, and here are they. Woodbine seed and its fruit. Honey pepper seed and its fruit. Coneflower seed and its fruit. Pollen vine seed and its fruit. And honey hollow seed and its fruit. That's all the new seeds coming. Which one do you think you like the most? Let me know in the comments. Next is they updated the upgrade tree. From black background to honey theme background, it looks clean and cool to me. Not just the upgrade tree, they also updated the buttons. From clean buttons to even more cooler buttons, I like the bee design on each buttons, I love it. In addition, Hive Egg is obtainable from the honey shop that cost honey coins. This is what the Hive Egg looks like when placed. It looks cool and clean for me, the best egg design so far in Grow a Garden. The Empress Bee icon. And lastly, we have the Pollinated Mutations multiplier. Take note, these mutations can only be applied from the honey garden from the bee eggs you hatched. Those are variants, not mutations. That's all the new leaks so far. If you have some questions, let me know in the comments.